Hey everybody, this is Jay Moore. I'm the founder of the group The Ordinary Christian, and I'm here to bring you a thought-provoking uh, proposition. Uh, that thought-provoking proposition is this. You may have heard in Christian circles when there are organizations or companies that don't quite espouse the Christian values that we would like them to espouse. Maybe they have a different agenda and things like that, that you should boycott them. You know, years back we talked about boycotting Disneyland, and now there's talk about boycotting Starbucks, and simply because they are not espousing the Christian values we would like them to have. Matter of fact, they may have even contrary agendas, cultural agendas. I want to give you a different idea, a different thought to consider. Instead of boycotting them and not participating in their organization, instead to actually infiltrate them by being active customers and by maybe even looking at becoming employees of these companies. You say, what? What are you talking about, Jay? Why would we want to do that? Here's the reason why. If we boycott ourselves from all of these groups or companies that do not espouse our Christian values, we are isolating ourselves from them. We are removing the light of Christ from those places. And we're allowing the darkness of sin to prevail. Let me say that again. If we boycott, we remove ourselves from being customers or maybe even joining and being a part of those places, then we are removing the light that could shine in those places. Let's say you're at Starbucks and there's this movement to boycott Starbucks and not drink their coffee. I say go in and be a good customer, but as you're interacting with people in the place of business along with their employees, let your faith in Christ shine through. Let your faith in Christ shine brightly. If you're a Christian and you go and apply for a job with Starbucks, be the best employee you can be. Be better than everybody. Let the character and integrity of Christ shine through you so that they value your participation, they value your contribution to that. And as an employee, share your faith with people. But if you're doing such a good job, they're not want to get rid of you. They'll actually want to know why you're such a stellar, excellent employee, which gives you a more chance to share Christ, and also gives you influence into the community to change, or the company to change the culture, to change the values. Let me give you one example. A good friend of mine, Pat Childs, was working for Vitech Computers, owned and operated by a Jewish man who did not believe in Jesus. Pat was a fully devoted follower of Jesus Christ. He loved Christ. He was actually trained in theological education. And as a result, he just continued to do a good job at his place and he at the place of employment. And as a result, he just was excellent. The boss loved his work. He thought he was doing a great job. Well, one day he began a Bible study during the off hours, during the lunch hour, for any employee who wanted to be a part of it. And then his boss allowed him to start a second one, and a third one. Well, one time I was with Pat, and I met his boss. And his boss told me, he says, you know what, Pat is such an excellent employee. I want 100 more Pat Childs. And if starting a Bible study would help produce other people to become like Pat, it's all worth it. See, that's the difference. When we begin to share Christ and do outstanding, excellent work, letting the ethic of Christ and the value of Christ through our work come out, then our bosses and even the company management will eventually value it so much that they will change their attitude about our Christian values. So this is a thought to consider. Don't boycott them. Go intentionally, lovingly, and caringly shine the light of Christ as a customer or as an employee to those places of business. Take care. God bless you. This is Jay Moore, founder of The Ordinary Christian.